across the world, across the pond, as you may say, in Hong Kong. Is Hong Kong in China, or is it like an island around China? Is it an island?
I can see when I was in Russia, I could see Hong Kong from my backyard.
Oh, you could.
That's all I know is that. So maybe that's west of here.
Okay, yeah. So in Hong Kong, tens of thousands again occupied the streets of Hong Kong on Wednesday. Chinese state-run media has continued to call the protests unlawful and has called for the police to restore order. The demonstrators are marching to demand changes to current restrictions forced on their democracy by China. China has responded to the demands by saying that the democracy progress is legal and unshakable. Leaders of Occupy Central gave their blessings to threats by student groups to occupy government buildings in Beijing.
So they're
if
doing
they don't
Occupy?
apply. Yeah, and they're gonna occupy government buildings in Beijing if they don't give them their demands.
They're trying to have the Asian fall.
Asian Spring, yeah, they're actually calling this an umbrella revolution.
But this is the fall. We're heading to the fall. This is the Asian fall.
No, this is so.
This is the fall of Asians.
You can't just coin terms off the whims of your thoughts.
Yes, I can.
Hashtag Asian fall.
Hashtag Asian fall right now.
Yeah, and watch it become the number one trend in the world.
So
Yeah.
you're telling me that Hong Kong hipsters
Pretty much, the students, yeah, and the old people.
protesting what? Hong Kong seems like a pretty cool place. I mean, I saw John Stossel go there and set up an ABC store where he sold frisbees and T-shirts within like 24 hours.
Yeah.
So Hong Kong seems like a pretty good place to me.
So Hong Kong was under British control until 1997 when they gave control to the Chinese. So the Chinese now run Hong Kong. And, the Chinese say that you can still have your elections and vote for people, but we have to give you the okay to vote for these people. We have to give you the okay on your nominees, whatever.
And it's so funny too because Hong Kong is like it's like the tiniest little thing off the end there. Like, there's no need for anybody to even care about it. Like, you read about Henry Kissinger going over and he was doing everything, and
You were right though about that Henry Kissinger. He was a bad dude.
Oh yeah, whatever. We'll see. We'll see.
I heard one of the guys that worked for him was behind the whole invasion of Iraq, and he kind of fucked the whole thing up for everybody and fucked it from the start. And it seemed like it was pretty much orchestrated that way.
Well, they say from the first meeting that the Bush administration ever had, they said Iraq is going to be our priority. We're going to get in there. We're going to find a reason to go in there.
Yeah. Well, they, as soon as they toppled Saddam, they wanted to get the fuck out, but they had no idea what they were doing, so that was kind of screwed over.
So George Bush getting credit today. There's a Fox News went back and showed video of him back in 2007 when he was still president, saying how if we left Iraq, before our military leaders told
ISIS
us that we were ready,
behead Americans, right?
We were going to have to be back,
Sure.
when the threat was even worse, and
Yeah.
this and that. Oh, look at these prophetic words by George W. Bush.
Hey, he was right though, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah, but maybe if we didn't get involved in Iraq in the first place,
maybe we didn't go in there and kill Saddam Hussein. Saddam Hussein could
and
still
get rid of the Ba'ath Party and make it the
Could've been
Sunnis
handling-
versus the Shiites and stir that whole shit up again. That was all Kissinger's MO, was to stir up the ethnic tension over there.
I love ethnic tension. I really do.
You do. It's what makes you wake up in the morning. Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's right.
Your hate for the white man.
No, I just like tension.
Oh, just tension.
No hate, Eddie.
Okay.
This is Eddie, by the way. I'm Jeremiah.
yeah.
I'm not Jared. Some people think I'm Jared.
Yeah.
Sometimes people think I'm Eddie.
And a lot of people thought that Mitt Romney was also pathetic, saying that Putin and Russia would be our biggest enemies, in that debate, right?
Oh, yes.
And it's turned out to be true, huh?
Romney getting credit for that now.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, how the tables turn.
Yeah.
So what are Hong Kongians arguing about here? They're mad that what? They don't get enough time to play Nintendo? They have to keep building Nintendos? Or they're not the sweatshops. That's
China. And Nintendo comes from Japan, not from Hong Kong.
So I think Hong Kong is just saying, listen, we kind of want to be treated like our own Western, type democracy over here. And China keeps saying we want to keep our...
Right.
It's kind of like Russia and their whole drama over in
Exactly.
Ukraine. It sounds all so familiar. I'm just glad America doesn't have those issues with their own selves. Like, everybody that's a part of America wants to be... Like, you imagine if Alaska was, like, trying to, get away from us, and most of us over here would probably be like, why don't you just let Alaska go. Like, who gives
Yeah.
a fuck about Alaska? They're over there. They're Puerto Rico. How many of us would stand up and get crazy if Puerto Rico wanted to split from us? Go, please.
Right.
Fucking please leave America. How do we consider you a part of us at all? I don't even know.
So the people in China, though, they had their Instagram taken away because the Chinese government didn't want them seeing the Hong Kong protest pictures in China.
They can't gram.
Nope. And so a lot of
They can't gram in Kong.
in China, in Hong Kong, they still can, but not in
Okay.
China.
As long as you can gram in Kong.
But the people in China were the tweens in China were pissed off because they couldn't use Instagram. One of them tweeted or wrote that now we actually have to care about what's going on over there because he took away our Instagram.
Oh my gosh.
So it's pretty funny. Yeah. Do you think they'll roll?
Somebody give that girl Ebola immediately.
Do you think that they'll roll the tanks into Hong Kong and run them all over just like Tiananmen Square?
No, they're gonna let this blow over, just like
It's not going to blow over.
Occupy here.
The-
What's the answer then? What's gonna happen?
They want to be able to nominate their own who they want to nominate, who they choose. The Hong Kong people do.
Yeah.
But Beijing's saying
Is
no.
it really that big of a deal? Aren't things going kind of well over there?
Well, China loves having that land. China's like all about the land, so they're not going to let Hong Kong just slip away from their control.
That's what I'm
their
saying. Are they
grasp.
going to give it up just because a few thousand kids jump in the street?
Tens of thousands. And I sent you that video of them singing, right?
Kill them.
Just kill them. Okay, so bring the tanks in and run them over, huh?
That's right.
Yeah.
No, you don't even have to do that. All you got to do is wait it out. We learned that from Occupy here in Dallas or here in
There was
New
never
York.
tens of thousands of people at these
Occupy Oakland,
events.
right? People had tents. People had everything.
Yeah, the pepper spray came out though.
Oh man, but then it starts raining and people are like, shit,
Yeah.
man, this rain isn't really fun, and they start leaving.
The
and
police did crack down and occupy Oakland.
And in Hong Kong, the fucking pollution comes out, and they're like, shit, man, I don't want to be in my cardboard box with all this fucking pollution. I need to get inside where there's masks.
Yeah. So that's your insights on the whole Hong Kong thing. Huh?
Well, listen, my insight is we know China's wrong. China knows they're wrong. Hong Kong knows they're wrong.
Why is Hong Kong? Oh, no, Hong Kong knows China's wrong. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in the end, China's going to do what it wants, and it's going to get what it wants.
Yeah.
And a few tens of thousands of people running out in the street isn't going to stop them.
Just put an iPhone in front of them, right?
And make them build it.
Right.
I don't know why we're letting those people over there have any kind of privileges. Shouldn't they be making all of our shoes?
Yep. We don't have enough shoes.
Think
over
about
here.
it. If we could put the people of Hong Kong to work,
Yeah.
like we do the Chinese, not only would we have LeBrons, but we'd also have, we could afford some Caron Butlers,
Sure.
some of the lower level guys who deserve to have shoe lines.
Yeah. Some Nick Van Exels.
Nick Van Exel.
Yeah.
Who else needs it? Sean Bradley could have had his own shoe line. That's for
Sure.
sure. The guy was in fucking Space Jam. He never got a shoe line.
George Mirasan from My Giant. He could have had his own shoe line.
Come on.
Yeah.